It's Ron Reader digs the universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe, and tonight, convicted felon Donald Trump. In an awesome turn of events late last week, President Biden's predecessor, demented fascist demagogue and cult leader Donald Trump, was convicted in a New York state court on all 34 counts of falsifying business records in order to conceal hush money payments to porn star Stormy Daniels, with whom he had a creepy, coercive one-night stand such that the tale wouldn't fan the flames of the grab her by the pussy scandal during the 2016 campaign season. The celebration among liberals and the left was immediate. The criminal cult chief had finally been judged by a jury, and the judgment was good. We've all waited a long time to see justice done, but not all liberals are celebrating. A couple of lefty buddies observed to me on Facebook that this is far from over. I responded that we seem to get so few victories against MAGA that a toast or two or three is well worth it. And they agreed, but soberly, because the thing is, they're right. What everybody really wants to know now, right and left alike, is whether Trump is going to jail, and some legal experts are saying it's likely. We'll know for sure next month when he's sentenced, but some factors not in his favor are his repeated gag order violations, are his various instances of documented past behaviors such as real estate fraud and raping E. Jean Carroll, and his infamous, instinctive inability to express regret, remorse, or responsibility for any and all wrongdoing. Now, throw in a recent ProPublica report alleging that Trump has paid off friendly witnesses, and it's just crazy not to incarcerate him. Reportedly, Trump wants it too. He wants to go to jail. He's itching to be a martyr for MAGA with fundraising potential in the tens of millions. Hell, he's already made $50 million off the conviction over the weekend alone. And he also wants to go to jail because it is a line in the sand over which Republicans can freak the fuck out. January 6th taught us all that Trump absolutely relishes violence in his name, and he's already calling for violence. A lot of Republicans are calling for violence right now. Jurors have already been threatened and doxxed, but no explosions or anything big on that front just yet. Meanwhile, conservative leaders have roundly denounced the decision, asserting that the prosecution, the jury, the judge, everything, all of it was rigged. I mean, they don't have any real evidence of this or even explanations for how such a conspiracy would function in the real world, but they're all getting in line behind this position. Rigged, it was rigged. They're even going after fellow Republican Larry Hogan, governor of swing state Maryland, who simply called for people to respect the verdict. I'd say so much for law and order with the Republicans, but they jumped that sharp actually some years ago. The really big, outstanding issue for our convict ex-prez is whether or not he can get this case in front of the Supreme Court, which is currently overflowing with fetid Trumpiness. It's a New York State case, so first it's got to exhaust all legal issues on appeals specific to New York. Once all that's left are U.S. constitutional issues, then he can appeal to SCOTUS, and that may take some time. But once that happens, legal experts are saying that there are definitely some constitutional issues at play, namely whether New York State can use violations of federal election law to upgrade a state misdemeanor to a state felony. I'm not optimistic. The current court, especially with corrupt justices Thomas and Alito, has shown itself willing to rule however the fuck it wants, with very little credible legal reasoning supporting its decisions. They're a bunch of fascist hacks now, and I'm telling you, they'll reverse this thing if given the chance. But we'll survive if that's happened. As with his 2 impeachments, American history has spoken. Trump has once again been condemned by an official process. And if reversed, we'll all know what's really going on. Corrupt Senate with the impeachments, corrupt Supreme Court with the hush money case. Maybe not a total victory, but a victory nonetheless. A jury has judged Trump to be a criminal. Let's all get drunk. I'm Ron Reeder, and this has been Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reeder, again next week for another episode of Ron Reeder Digs the Universe.